Right. Okay, guys. Good morning and welcome back. Hope you guys can equally, right? Let's start the class. Today I'm going to do the revision of double entry and 8 types of prime interview. Right. Now you know up to now what we have done. I have fully done the accounting and need revision session and past paper questions relevant to that. Then බැරි වෙන්න බෑ මේක හොඳටම perfectly perform වෙන්න. තේරුණාද? Right? And also I have done secondly accounting equation, right? There are many recordings about that. අපිට මෙන්න මේ එකක් මිස් වුණා පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න මම red color එකෙන් දැම්මේ මේක මේ 2019 වල I missed the question number 37, right? It is also relevant to that session. Let's do it later. I'll tell it to you, right? So I have done the revision relevant to accounting equation and past paper discussion. එතකොට මේ 2025 අයට I have uploaded uh, something relevant to the revision because I haven't done any uh, like that's part, just only the revision. So you can see in the class tunes and book under May month I have uploaded it, right? Accounting equation homework, right? You need to check it. So about the income statement, P&L, I told you. So we can prepare three kinds of P&L. P&L relevant to buying and selling business. You can see sales minus sales return plus net sales. Then we take minus cost of sales, opening stock plus purchases minus purchase return. Then the net purchases, opening stock plus purchases, then carriage inwards, loading and unloading. Total of these four, A, B, C, and D, we call as cost of goods sold. From that, we deduct closing stock. Then we can calculate the cost of sales. Sales minus cost of sales is the gross profit. We add other income, deduct expenses, then the net profit. So we apply accrual concept when we prepare P&L, include income and expenses. Accrual concept. Though we paid or not, we apply all the expenses relevant to here. Though we received or not, we concern all the income relevant to here. So other than that, I discuss about income statement relevant to service providing. The service providing business, there's no any goods, so just we take the service income and we deduct expenses, service related expenses, then we can calculate the net profit. No any gross profit or net profit calculation in here. So after that, income statement relevant to a manufacturing business, sales minus sales return, then the net sales. To that, minus cost of sales. When we calculate minus cost of sales, opening finished goods plus production costs. Because once we because this is a manufacturing business, so we add production costs. Then total of from this we deduct closing finished goods. Then we can calculate the cost of sales. So then the gross profit plus other income and we deduct expenses. That is how it goes. So statement of financial position, you know, through income statement or statement of profit or loss statement. In another thing, profit statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. When it comes to company accounts, there is another term called other comprehensive income when it comes to P&L. So we calculate net profit using income and expenses concerning the whole year or whole month. When it comes to statement of financial position, we calculate, we prepare assets equal liquidity plus liability. We prove that accounting equation using the uh, assets, liability, and equity. First, we take all the assets. We prepare this as a particular date. Please correct it as not for the year ended as at. මෙන්න මේක පොඩ්ඩක් හදාගන්න එතන චුට්ටක් PDF එකේ වැරදිලා තියෙනවා. Right? Okay. So it's for the year ended නෙමෙයි as at. Right? So it should be corrected as at. So non-current assets, you know, we calculate, we differentiate assets as current and non-current. Then total asset should equal to equity plus liability. So equity, capital plus net profit minus drawing. So non-current assets, you know how we calculate. Bank liabilities we classify as non-current liabilities and current liabilities. So then we calculate the total equity, right? And liability. Okay. So I gave a homework to you. So in here there are like H, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H things, right? So there are in the examination sometimes they will give you to present the assets equal equity plus liability or this formula, a long thing. So likewise, they can give you different accounting equations, right? Now, in the accounting equation, we concern stocks as an assets. When the stocks received to the business, stock asset increase. When the stocks sell to from the business, stock asset decrease, right? You can see this. I have uploaded it to the LMS. You can see the answers are also uploaded. For the first one, assets equal liquidity plus liability format, right? Then I have uploaded the answer for the second one. Is the second answer for B. Furniture plus inventory plus trade debtors, come receivable plus cash, equity bank loan, uh, trade creditors, other creditors and expense payables. Then exam එකේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට now A levels there is no debtors and creditor names. They name it as trade receivables and trade payables. ගොඩක් වෙලාවට දැන් A levels වල debtors creditors කියලා දෙන්නේ නැහැ. ගොඩක් වෙලාවට now they are giving uh, uh, trade receivables and trade payables, right? So this is how it goes. Then answer for the C. So how to calculate the profit? So I have given you the calculator of profit. Please, we don't need to prepare P&L. We can use this one: profit from the cash sales, profit from the credit sales, losses from the cash sales, losses from the credit sales, commission income, income and expense. We concern income and expenses plus selling profits earned through selling goods or losses earned through selling goods, right? So then we use net asset principle in here to calculate the profit. I told you closing equity minus opening equity plus drawings minus additional capital. This is another way to calculate our net profit, right? So then other than that, I gave you this formula: assets equal equity plus income minus expenses liability. Make it common transactions දාන්න කියලා මම answer එකේ දීලා තිනවා, just read it. Then if the same another way of writing it, then I have given you how to prepare income and P&L. P&L එක මේක ගන්න ලේසි. Income වෙනම තියෙනවා, expense වෙනම තියෙනවා. Income total එක අරගන්නවා, expense total එක වෙනම ගන්නවා. ඒකෙන් එක අඩු කරලා profit එක we can calculate. Easy, creative guys in here. It's another easy way. Right. Okay. Next one. Then hope you can hear me. Right. Then after that, in here I have prepared statement of financial position. එකම එක ගොඩක්ම අරගෙන මම කරලා තියෙනවා. ඔයාලට පේන statement of financial position එකේ so assets only furniture, current assets, inventory, trade, debt, receivables, income receivable, cash and equity, liability. මේවා ගිය සතියේ කියලා දුන්නා. මම මේ පොඩ්ඩක් ආයෙ පොඩි revision එකක් කරේ. ඉතින් ආවෙ නැති අය බලන්න. මේ මම මේ PDF එකක් upload කරලා තියෙනවා. It's in the LMS class tunes and books. Once you refer the accounting equation revision session, you have to refer this one, right? This one. So, can I then make this is a speed revision plus past paper program, right? Can you hear me now? Hope you can hear me. Aaron either, right? If you can't hear me, let me know. Hope you can hear me, right? Okay, now after that, video recordings වල බලන්න මම ලස්සන්ට මේ subject wise බලන්න, monthly wise බලන්න එපා. මේ revision එකේ and first lesson you can see the things in here. ගාන්ට පිළිවෙලට දාලා තියෙන්නේ first lesson එක තියෙනවා, ඒකේ revision, ඒකේ past paper discussion, right? So first thing about the class procedure, syllabus and paper structure. Then after that I discuss about unit 1 revision, then unit 1 past paper discussion, then unit 2 revision. Okay, එතකොට මෙතන parts තියෙනවා unit 2 එකට කියන්නේ accounting equation එකට අදාළ past paper discussions 9 11ක් තියෙනවා. ඒක වෙන වෙනම තියෙනවා බලන්න අලුතෙන්. ඒතර අද කරනවා double entry system and prime entry book. ඒකට අදාළ past papers ටික මම ඔයගලන්ට filter කරලා දාලා තියෙන්නේ මේ තියෙන්නේ. අමාරු ඉතින් filter කරන්න සමහර ඒවා ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා වෙන lesson එකකට combine වෙලා ඒ කොහොම හරි අපි කරමු. You can have a pattern. මොකද මට මීට වඩා මට ඔයගලන්ට වඩා මහන්සි මේව බලන්න කියලා. මොකද මම අවුරුදු 10ම papers මුලින් ඉඳන් බලන්න ඕනේ filter. මං කියන එක තේරෙනවද? right? අවුරුදු 10ම papers I want to check one by one to filter the past papers. So it will take time for me as well. Right? Okay. So that's why you need to have the past papers with you and refer all the recordings and do everything in a proper manner, right? Okay, so that is about the up to now. So double entry system and primary book past papers will be started from tomorrow 7 to 9 am. මම 2026 class එකේ revision එකේ තමයි කරන්නේ අද කරන්න බෑ. එතකොට අද මම කරන revision එකට අදාළ past papers පටන් ගන්නවා හැම Saturday 7 to 9 am in 2026 paper revision class. 25 අයත් ඒකට එන්න නැත්නම් recording බලන්න මම record එක ඊළඟ session එකේ නම් next Thursday I'm going to do control accounts and the bank reconciliation. ඒක lazy අපිට එදාම we can sometimes we will be able to discuss the past papers at the same time, right? Now out of the syllabus we finish unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 මෙන්න මේ primary books වල part කීපයක් තියෙනවා. මේ primary books lesson එකේ අතුලේ තියෙනවා එකක් තමයි first one about the discussion of primary books, then control account, bank reconciliation, error correction. ඒ ඔක්කොම තියෙන්නේත් මේකේ. So part 1 about only the 8 types of primary book. Part 2 control account and the bank reconciliation. Part 3 error correction ඔහොමම වෙන වෙනම යනවා. තේරෙනවද ළමයි? Can you hear me? Right? So මේ primary books වල එක part කීපයකට කැඩෙනවා. Right? Right. Okay. So this is how it goes. Right. Right. So now let's write about our next part. Right. Write the subheading in your revision book. Double entry system. Double yes, write it. Double entry. Write the topic. Double entry system. Lian only because I'm going to give you a few transactions as well. Then you can have a clear idea about that. Write the topic. Double entry system. මේකත් එක්ක මම EPF උත් මෙතනම උගන්වනවා. මොකද past papers වල ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඒකත් එක්ක EPF උත් connect වෙනවා. Right. Okay. Hope you can hear me. accounting equation එක හොඳට බලාගෙන මෙතන ඉඳන් තමයි හරියට accounts පටන් ගන්න. අර PDF බලන්න you need to do everything. හැමදේම මටම කරන්න බෑ ළමයි මොකද we have limited time. We need to go to control accounts, partnership. Right. Okay. Now, you know, every transaction, look here, transaction, right? Effective dual effects, two or more. Again, දෙකක් හෝ ඊට වඩා වැඩි. For an example, we can take when owner invest money, you can see what business get. There is a concept called accounting entity concept. We concern owner and business as two different parties. When owner invests money to the business, what business get? Cash. So cash is an business asset, cash asset. I write increase like in this formula. And also, since owner invested it, we call as capital equity increase. Capital. Now, these are accounting. There are different items. These items relevant to kind of an accounting element. For an example, since business gives cash, cash asset increase. Since owner invested, owner's ownership increase. If I take another thing, uh, owner paid to business creditors, business trade payable, trade payable. Business के creditors or trade payables, in other words, I told you we can name as creditor, right? Which means from owner's personal money, owner paid money to creditor. No any cash inflow outflow in the business. Business එකකින් සල්ලි එළියට යන්නෙත් නැහැ එන්නේ. Right? Business එකේ creditor liability decrease, right? Trade, all right. Trade payables for creditors. Liability decrease. Business එකේ සල්ලි වලින් නැතුව හරි. You know, who are trade creditors? I told you there are two parties, debtors and creditors. In another words, debtors means trade receivables, creditors means trade payables. We discuss about buying and selling business. In a buying and selling business, when stocks means something we purchase for the resale purpose. For a business having a co-business activity called stocks. When we purchase stocks on credit basis, we can purchase stocks on cash basis or credit basis. When we purchase stocks on credit basis, the party who gave stocks to our business, we identify as trade creditors. They are our liabilities. When we sell our stocks on credit basis, the party who have purchased our stocks, we identify trade receivables or our assets. In other words, debtors. When owner paid to business trade payables or the creditors from his personal money, trade payables liability decrease, capital liquidity increase. ඕනගේ අතින් සල්ලි ගෙවපු නිසා නිකන් ඕන තවදුරටත් business එකට දැම්මා වගේ. Yes, tell me. Capital liquidity increase. Is it clear to you guys? Hope you can understand. Right? Likewise, there are different things. We can take every transaction having a dual effect. Right? We use double entry system to record about dual effect. I'll tell, right? So we use double entry system, right, to record the transaction. What is the term called double entry system? Yes, introduced by Luca Pacioli, right? Which means accounting system which keep two entries, which keep two entries called debit, in other words DR, or credit, in other words CR, in two or more ledger accounts to represent the dual impact of transaction, to represent dual impact of transaction. It's like this. Since we can't concern this increase or decrease, we use double entry system. including debit or credit. Because of one transaction, at least one account should debit, one account should credit. We use to record this debit and credit in ledger accounts. I'll let you know what is it, right? At least one account should debit and one account should credit. But there can be no, for an example, think the same value. One account debit, one account credit. For an example, think owner invested money, 500,000. One account should 500,000 debit, one account should 500,000 credit. Easy creative guys. Understand? But there can be more than one. For an example, or think because of one transaction, there can be two debit accounts. 300,000 debit, 200,000 debit, 500,000 credit, 8,000. Debit total is 500,000. Credit total is also 500,000. Yeah, two or more accounts can be. That's why I wrote as two or more. There are three. Debit 300,000, debit 200,000, total 500,000. Credit 500,000 is also similar to the credit side. Think credit 1,000, 300,000, credit credit account one credit to one account 300,000, credit to another account 400,000, total debit to 700,000 to another one account. Two credit entries, one debit entry. It's also okay. So this is the way we use to record this dual effect in accounts we call as double entry system. Basically, so quickly write it and raise your hand. Make sure to write. We need to move forward. Huh? Hurry up. Write it and raise your hands. Make sure to write. මේවා ලියන්න කමන්නේ පුළුවන් වුණත් කමන්නේ ලියන්න. We need to discuss about VAT today. We need to discuss about discounts. Once you finish, raise your hand. මතකේවත් ලියන්න. තියරි පාඩම් කරපුවා අමතක වෙන එකට මොකද කරන්න ඕන? තියරි පාඩම් කරපුවා අමතක වෙන එකට ආයි ආයි තියරි බලන්න. Once you finish, raise your hands. මතක ඒවත් ලියන්න මොකද ඔය අමතක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒවත් අමතක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Incident raise your hands. Hold on. Sitma and Ayas. Done. Right. Okay. Now you know there are 5 accounting elements, right? So now there are 5 accounting elements: assets and expenses. When these two increase, we write it as debit. Decrease, we write it as credit. To remember it, I can give you like X. X increase debit, decrease credit. Liability, equity, and income. Right? Liability, income, and equity. In these three, increase credit, decrease debit, we can write it as lie. Right? Lie. Since there are two x's, I'll give x, assets and expenses, liability, income, and equity. Increase these two: increase debit, decrease credit. These three: increase credit, decrease debit. Right? So and after that, you know the format of the ledger accounts, right? So format of a ledger account, format of ledger account, right? So this is the format of the ledger account. Every ledger account, there is the debit side and credit side. Look here, I'll give you enough time. This part is reading. Date, description, LF and value, date, description, LF and value, LF and account, date, description, LF and value, date, description, LF, right? So this is the debit side, ER, debit side. Debit side is not every time an increase side. Only for these three, debit side is the increase. In here, in these three, debit side is the decrease side. This is the credit side, right? For our simpleness, so we can use T format to ledger account, right? Now you know in here, this in the date we write the date. Description means I told you because of one transaction, at least one account should credit. එතකොට credit වෙන entry නම තමයි මෙතනට දාන්න. And this is LF, ledger folio. What is the term called ledger folio? Now, all these ledger accounts we maintain in a specific place. We call it as ledger. Ledger. What is the term called ledger? Ledger is the place where we maintain all our ledger accounts. Place where we maintain all ledger accounts. It can be a book, it can be a system, it can be a cloud store, it can be a pen drive, anyhow, hard disk or anyhow. Which means all the ledger accounts we maintain in a separate space we call as ledger. Clear to you guys? Send me a thumbs up. Now, since in A levels we discuss only about manual accounting, it is a book, right? So now in each book there is a page number, right? At least one transaction debit to one account and credit to another account. So in here we write the credit entry account. Then debit entry තියෙන්නේ account එකනේ, credit entry තියෙන්නේ මොන account එකේද කියලා දාන්න. Ledger folio means the page number. දැන් අපි ledger folio කියන්නේ page number. يعني credit entry තියෙන එකේ page number එක. දැන් for an example, I'll take the first one. Owner invested money, cash asset increase. When asset increase, it's debit. Capital liquidity increase, when liability increase, it's credit. So cash අපි අර හැම element එකටම හැම item එකකටම account එකක්. Cash account, capital account. මේ හැම element එක මේ හැම item එකක්ම මොකක් හරි accounting element එකකට belongs වෙනවා. These are 5 accounting elements. Asset means cash is an asset account, capital is an equity account, right? So cash account debit, capital account credit. So date, put today's date. Description is capital account. In cash account we write capital account. entry තියෙන නම. So capital account එක මේ තියෙන ledger එකේ තියෙන page number එක තමයි අපි දාන්නේ. දැන් 10 වෙනි පිටුවේ තියෙන්නේ කියලා credit entry තියෙන එක. මේ debit side එකේ ඉන්නේ දාන්නේ credit entry. So cash account එක කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. cash account එකේ debit side එකේ ඉන්නේ by cash account debit, capital account credit. එතකොට credit side එකේ තමයි capital entry තියෙන්නේ. You write the page number in the value and here. When it comes to capital account, we write credit side of the capital account, date, description we write cash account because debit entry in the cash account. So LF is the cash account page number and the value like really easy. That is the term called double entry system. Easy clear to you? ප්‍රථම තේරෙනවා. Send me a thumbs up. එහෙම බැරි නම් ඉතින් ආයෙ වහකන්න වෙන්නේ. Right. Write it and raise your hands, hurry up. Then let's go to some transaction. Then we can wind up this lesson. Then we can go to the prime interest. Write it and raise your hands. Then I'll show the letter part. Write it and raise your hand. Then I'll show you. What is a ledger? Ledger is the place we maintain no ledger. Finish it and raise your hand. Then I'll show you the letter part. I asked done. Hope you have done right. Shall I scroll down? Can you hear me, guys? Okay, I'm going to scroll down. Row about this ledger account. Ledger. If you need more time, let me know. Ledger. The place where we maintain our ledger account. Write it and raise your hands as well. Write it and raise your hands as well. Ledger. Once you finish, raise your hand. Finish it and raise your hands. All good? Faster. Hurry up. Make sure to check whether raise hand is with you. Chitma done. Ayas. Shanti. Right. Okay, I'm going to take 10 transactions, right? So then we can record in the ledger account and balance it and prepare the trial balance. Okay. So I'm going to take 10 transactions. Write this with me. Yeah? Transaction will affect the double entry. Transaction dual effect and the double entry. Transaction dual effect and the double entry. So all these transactions at the same time, let's record in the ledger accounts, right? So when you are writing this, keep like around 20-30 lines, then write the heading ledger. Then write the heading, you know, the place where we maintain all the ledger accounts, we call as ledger. So once you do that, draw the ledger, right? Let's go one by one. Basically, right? Can you hear me, guys? Understand? Right. Okay. First one. This part is really important. Now I'm giving difficult things as well. Number one. Owner invested rupees 500,000 cash and rupees 300,000 motor vehicle to the business. Motor vehicle, the business. Right with me? Can anyone tell me the dual effect? What are the things own invested? Cash and motor vehicle. Those things are business assets now since own invest. So cash asset increase. I'll write increase like this 500,000. Dual effect means the item with the element. Motor vehicle asset increased by 300,000. All the things invested by owner, so capital. In owner invests in something, we write it as equity 800,000. I told you there are two debit entries and one credit entry. So motor vehicle, sorry, cash account debit 500,000. You know, X increase debit, decrease credit. Those are coming under X assets. So increase debit. Motor vehicle account also debit 300. When equity increase, it's credit. Capital account credit 800. Right. Got it? Understand? Make sure write this with you. Balabali in the right? මන්ටයක් අමාරු ඒවත් දෙනු. Right? Okay. So I'll draw three accounts: cash account, motor vehicle account, and capital account. Cash account එක පොඩ්ඩක් වැඩිපුර ගහනවා. Cash account, right? This is number one. Then motor vehicle account. I'm going. මම මේ past papers වලටත් වැදගත් වෙන ඒවා තමයි තියෙන්නේ. මොකද past papers වල ඉස්සරහා පාඩමුත් අහලා තියෙනවා. ඒකත් එක්කල්ලා තමයි මම මේ කරන්නේ. motor vehicle account. Capital account. ඔන්න අවුලන්න ලේසි ටට්ටක් ගාලා ගහන්න. Cash account done. Then motor vehicle account. Next, capital. Right. So I told you there are two entries. Cash, owner invested cash, how much? 500,000. So cash debit, motor vehicle also debit, both credit to the capital account. ඒක නිසා දෙකටම දාන්නේ capital account. Capital account. Right? Cash increased by 500,000. Motor vehicle increased by 300,000. Right? Altogether, capital increased by 800,000. Dual impact and the double entry. නෑ දෙක දෙකක්. Dual impact කියන්නේ මෙහෙම increase decrease. Double entry කියන්නේ debit the credit. දෙක දෙකක් පටල ගන්න. Understand? Dual effect or the dual impact. දෙකම එකයි. Dual effect or the dual impact. Dual effect and the impact is same. Right? So capital account credit as cash and motor vehicle. දෙකටම යනවා. Motor vehicle. 800,000. Right? Right? Number two, obtain a bank loan rupees 400,000 When the business obtain a bank loan, what business get cash? Cash asset increase. So since when business get cash, asset increase. Then bank loan liability increased by 400. Cash account debit 400. Bank loan account credit 400,000. Right? Right? Next one. So cash account debit number two. Cash account debit as bank loan account. මේ date description LF අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් use කරන්නේ දෙලින්. අපි අර හිතින් හිතාගෙන ලියනවා. අපි full format ගහන්නේ 400,000. You need to have a new account called bank loan account. Bank loan account. Cash account. 100. Every account belongs to any kind of accounting element. You know now when it comes to cash account, it is an asset account. So increase is debit side, decrease is credit side. Motor vehicle also is an asset account. Increase debit side, decrease credit side. Capital is an equity kind of account. You know when it comes to equity, increase credit, decrease. Bank loan is a liability account. Because of that, increase credit, decrease debt. I'll give you 10 transactions. Huh? Next one, number 3. Purchase a motor vehicle, purchase equipment, rupees 30,000 on cash basis and machinery rupees 70,000 on credit basis from ABC business for business usage. For business usage. Understand? How to record it? Equipment on cash, machinery on credit. Make sure. We purchase two assets. So equipment asset increase. සල්ලි දීලා ගත්තත් ණයට ගත්තත් asset වැඩි වෙනවා 30,000. මම මේ ඔක්කොම එකට දාලා දෙන්නේ. Right? Machinery asset also increase by 70,000. We gave cash for the equipment. So cash asset decrease. All asset, machine, cash, equipment, all asset. Since we haven't paid machinery on cash, till we pay back, we need to identify it as a liability. අපි business එකේ නමින් ගමු ABC business. business එකේ නමින් ගමු. මේක ඇවිල්ලා not trade receivables. මේක ඇවිල්ලා so no, other payables. මේ ඇවිල්ලා other payables. It's kind of a long term liability. Understand? It's kind of a long term liability. Why? We purchase it on credit basis. We can take like other creditors. Other creditors කියලා ගමු සාමාන්‍ය other not trade creditors. Other creditors කියලා ගන්නවනම් වඩා this is other credit, not trade credit. Trade means stocks. This is not the stocks. When we purchase stocks for the resale purpose. This machinery we purchase for the usage purpose. All bought two for the usage purpose. Because of that, this is an uncurrent assets. When we purchase something for the usage purpose, it is an uncurrent asset. Liability increase 70,000. So there are two debit entries and two credit entries, right? You can see equipment account debit, account debit 30,000. When asset increase, it's debit. Machinery account debit 70,000. Cash account credit 30,000. ABC business account. Business again, namin දැම්මත් තමයි. It is a liability account, credit 70. See, there are two debit entries and two credit entries. Total is telling in here debit 100,000, credit 100,000. Easy, clear. Send me a thumbs up. තේරෙනවද video on කරන්නේ? Right up to here and raise your hands, then I'll go to the ledger account. Video on කරන් ඉමු. ඉස්සරහට යන්න යන තම අමාරු කරනවා. ඒක නිසා අහගෙන ඉන්න. Then raise your hand. Hold on. I'm going to give you 10 only 10 transactions. Huh? Right. So let's go forward. I ask. Done. So you need to have equipment account, machine account, and ABC business account, right? So equipment account, machine account, and ABC. So I'm going to have equipment account. Equipment account is an asset account. Machine account is also an asset. ABC business account. ABC business account is a liability account. Increase credit, decrease debit. Liability increase. Machine is an asset account. Increase debit, this is debit side, decrease credit. Equipment account also an asset account. Increase debit, decrease. So cash asset increase, right? Business cash asset increase, right? By how much? Rupees. So cash asset decrease, we are paying cash 30,000. So it comes under credit side. When asset decrease, it's credit. Understand? So number 3, 30,000. මේකත් එක්ක යන්නේ සල්ලි දීලා ගන්න මොකද්ද? සල්ලි දීලා ගන්න equipment. So I'll write equipment. So equipment asset increase. So in here I write cash account 30,000. Number three, then another thing. We purchase a machinery of 70,000 on credit. Same thing. ABC business account. අපි transaction පහක් විතර ගමු නැත්නම් මදි වෙයි. Right? Machinery. ඕනේ. Then I'll give the other thing. I just want to tell you how to do it. That's why. අපි transaction පහක් විතරක් ගමු. තේරුණා නම් දාන්න බාන්න thumbs up. Let's take only 5 transactions. Then other things I'll just give you the double then. Okay guys. Video on කරන් ඉමු. කට්ටිය. Turn on the videos and video. Right? Okay. Up to 3 done. Let's do write only another 2. Number 4. Paid bank loan installment. Rupees 10,000. Including rupees 2,000 interest. Now you know when we are paying bank loan, we need to bear interest as well. This interest is an expense, additional payment. Installment encompasses two things: capital amount plus interest. Capital amount relevant to the bank loan. Capital means the bank loan. Capital means not owner's investment thing. Is the capital means thing relevant to the bank loan, right? So totally we are paying 10,000. Cash asset decrease by 10,000. Out of the 10,000, 2,000 is an interest. So it is an expense. Bank loan interest. It is an expense. Expense increase, not decrease. Look here. ගෙවනවා කියන්නේ අඩු වෙනවා නෙමෙයි මං. එව්වත් නැතත් expense වැඩි. Then bank loan account, bank loan liability decrease. අපි ගෙවද්දි liability එක අඩු වෙනවා. bank liability එක 8,000යි. interest එක 2,000යි. totally 10,000 by 8,000. Because out of 10,000, 2,000 interest. So bank loan account debit 8,000. When expense increase, it's debit. Bank loan interest account also debit 2,000. Cash account credit 10,000. All together. Clear to you? Understand? It's easy, right? If there's any difficulty, send it to me. All done? Turn on the videos and wait. So cash asset decreased by 10,000. So number 4, I can write both bank loan and bank loan interest, right? Altogether 10,000. But bank loan decreased by 8,000. Bank loan interest is an expense. Bank loan interest account. It is an expense. When expense increase, it's debit, decrease credit. Expense increase. Number 4 as cash account, right? I'll go with the last one, number 5. Now, number 5. Turn on the video. Receive commission income rupees 10,000 and paid rent rupees 4,000. Commission income is an income. So we receive as cash 10,000, right? I merge two, right? Cash asset increased by 10,000. Why? We receive 10,000 of commission, right? And also we paid expenses. So when expenses paid, rent expense, rent can be income as well. When we receive rent, it is an income. When we pay rent, it is an expense. 4,000. Commission income, income increase. Commission, if you don't, no need to write as income, just write commission. Commission also can be expense as commission income increase by 10,000. Cash asset decreased by 4,000. Why? These two related and these two related. Receive cash for income, cash asset increase, commission income increase. Pay rent, rent expense increase, cash asset decrease. මම දෙකක් එකට දාලා දුන්නේ ඒකයි ඩබල් ලෙන්ත් දෙක එකට ලියලා. වට ඕන මේකයි එකට ලියලා පස්සේ මේකයි ලියලා. So cash account debit by 10,000. Rent account debit by 4,000. Commission account credit by 10,000. Again, cash account credit by 4,000. Two things. This is one. This is receiving rent. So this is receiving commission. This is payment of rent. Send me a thumbs up if you're okay with this one. there's any concern, send me a thumbs up message. Okay, guys. Hope all okay. Third එකේ purchase account එක දාන්න ඕනද third එකේ? නෑ. Purchase account දාන stocks නේ. Third එකේ stocks නෙමෙයි අරන් තියෙන්නේ. අපි some I told you stocks means something we purchase for the resale purpose. අපි යම්කිසි දේවල් usage එකට ගන්නවා නම් ඒක stocks නෙමෙයි. stocks විතරයි purchase account එකට එන්නේ. ඒක මම ඊළඟට කියලා දෙන්නම්. Right? Right. Hope all done. Right? Write it in the ledger accounts as well. Right. So I'll write it. So cash account debit by 10,000. Number 5. As commission income account 10,000. You need to have another account for commission. I'll draw another account as commission account. Better to write as commission income account. Why? Because there are commission expense account as well. So this is an income account. When income increase, it's credit, decrease debit. Number 4, 5, cash account 10,000. Right? Then the other thing, paid rent 4,000. Number 5, the same thing. Cash asset decrease, cash account credit, rent account debit. I'm going to draw another account called rent account. Rent expense කියලා ලියුවනම් වඩාත් හොඳයි. Why? Rent can be an income account as well. මොකද ඒක එතකොට දෙක වෙන වෙනම තියෙනවා. rent හම්බ වෙනවා නම් it is an income. Right? So when expense increase debit, decrease credit. Number 5. Cash account. By all done. Right. Turn on the videos and wait, it's better. Now I'll tell you how to balance a ledger account. Right? How to balance a ledger account, you know. I'll use red color. Keep one line, at least one line in both sides, and draw two parallel lines in both sides. Check the higher value side most of the time. Increase side is the higher value side. Right? In here, asset එක වෙනසුත් වෙනවා සමහරලාට. Asset account increase side is debit side. So in here 910,000. Write the higher value side total in the lower value side as well. 910,000. Then get the total of lower value side. You can see the total of the lower value side is 44,000. 44,000. From 910,000, I'm going to deduct 44,000. This is 44,000. Don't write it any place. Just think it. Then deduct lower value side total from the higher value side. This total is 44,000. I am deducting 44,000 from this 910. It's 866,000. BCD, BBF. 860. අඩු පැත්තෙන් තමයි balance carried down. BCD means balance carried down. BBF means balance brought forward. The same thing, I'm keeping one line. Check the higher value side. This is 300,000, this is 0. So higher value side is debit side. Every time, most of the time, increase side is the higher value side, 300,000. Lower value side also I'm writing 300,000. Lower value side total is 0. 300,000 minus 0 means 300,000. එන වැඩි පැත්තෙන් අඩු පැත්ත අඩු කරන එක කරන්න. Balance carried down, balance brought forward. Right? Hope it's clear to you. Understand? I'll go to the other one. Capital account, keep one line. Check the higher value side. Higher value side is credit side. 100,000, 100,000. Lower value side is totally 0. 800,000 minus 0 is 800. CD, BBF, balance brought forward. අඩු පැත්තෙන් BCD යනවා අනිත් පැත්තට BBF. Bank loan, check the higher value side. Higher value side is credit side, 400. Write in the lower value side as well. From higher value, deduct this for lower value. 800,000 is the 8,000 is the lower value side. Higher value side total is 400,000. So when we deduct 8,000 from this 400,000, it's 392,000. Balance carried down, balance brought 390. equipment 30,000, higher value side. Lower value side also C. So deduct 0 from this 30,000, BCD 30,000, EBF 30,000. Let's go to the other side. Machine account, higher value side, debit side, write it in the lower value side. Deduct 0, so BC, BBF. ABC business account, higher value side, debit side, 70,000. So credit side is the higher value side. 70. It is a liability account, liability accounts, higher value side is credit side. Most of the time it can be changed in 70,000. Low value side 0. 70,000 minus 0 means 70,000 BBF. In here 2,000 is the higher value side. Write it in the lower value side as well. 1,000. 2,000 BCD. In here BBF also 1,000. Is it clear? Video on කරන්නේ එතකොට තමයි මට ගැම්මක් එන්නේ. right තව තියෙනවා අපිට වැඩ ගොඩක්. තාම 2 hours විතරක්වත් ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා. තව we have අර මේ right. Next one. Cash account. Sorry, commission income account. Income account increase side is credit side. 10,000. BCD 1,000. BBF. Rent expense account. Higher value side is debit side 4,000. 4,000. Credit low value side, credit side 0. So BCD. Now I'll tell you how to prepare embed. Right? Right? කරන්න එපා. දැම්මෙන් දැන් හිටියොත් තමයි පස්සේ ඉන්න දෙන්න එපා 4 hours. I'll tell you how to prepare a trial balance, right? Trial balance we prepare at the end of the time period in a specific day. Now day වලියන්නේ. Right? තියෙන එකේ columns තුනක්. තියෙන rows තුනක්. I'll just write trial balance. Description. Debit. Okay. We can get a rough idea if our accounts are correct. We take all the BBF things, our debit and credit should be tally because of a transaction one account debit, one account credit. So I have a balance කරාම total එක tally වෙන්නේ. In here you can see cash account balance 866,000. Cash account debit side 860,000. Let's go to the number 2. Motor vehicle account debit BBF 300,000. Motor vehicle debit 300,000. E BF ගන්නේ balance board forward. Next one. Capital account 800,000. Capital account 800,000. Bank loan account 392,000. Bank loan account 390. Equipment account debit 30,000. Equipment account debit 30,000. Machine account debit 70,000. Machine account debit 70,000. ABC business account, it is a liability account credit 70,000. ABC is an other creditor. Other creditor 70,000. Since it is liability. Bank loan interest account debit 2,000. Bank loan interest debit 2,000. Commission income credit 10,000. Count credit. Rent expense account debit 4,000. Rent expense account debit 4,000. Just check whether this is telling. 866,000 plus 300,000 plus 30,000 plus 70,000 plus 2,000 plus 4,000, which means 112,1272. 800,000 plus 392 plus 70 plus 10. 127. Finish it and raise your hands. I'll give you another important double entries as well, especially about stocks, drawings, prepaid, pre-received, okay, impairment, losses. Those things you need to have a clear. Finish it and raise your hands. Then I'll give you the other thing. So finish, make sure to raise your hands. Once you finish, make sure to raise your hands. Sandil, Sandil, Krishantini, hope you're still writing. Turn on the videos and wait, guys. Once you finish, raise your hand. Right. Now think, I'll give you special double entries about first one stocks, right? You know, this our business, stocks are assets. We can purchase stocks and we can sell stocks, right? We can purchase stocks on either cash basis or credit basis. I told credit means something we purchase for the resale, right? So when someone sold their stocks on credit basis to us, which means when we purchase stocks on credit basis, we identify the other party as a creditor. Here to you guys. Turn on the videos and wait, right? Understand? Send me a thumbs up. Right. We can sell our stocks on either cash basis or credit basis. The other party who sold their stocks on credit basis, who purchased our stocks on credit basis, equal as debtors. ඇත්තටම දැන් මේ debtor creditor කියන නම නෙමෙයි වැඩිපුර. Trade receivables. And in here, trade payables. Only we can return goods, credit basis goods to creditors. Only credit basis purchases we can return outwards. We call it as return outwards. හරි නැත්නම් අපිට credit basis ගත්තේව යවන්න පුළුවන්. අපෙන් credit basis අරන් ගිය අය ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඒක set නැත්නම් අපිට ආයෙ එවන්න පුළුවන්. We call as return inwards. Right? I'll take this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To have the 6 double entries. Number 1, cash basis purchase. Now you know I'll use both dual effect and the double entry when I'm writing it. Dual effect for the impact, and in here double entry. When it comes to number 1, cash basis purchases. Dual effect, stock asset increase, cash දීලානේ ගන්නේ, cash asset decrease. But though stocks are assets in the accounting equation, when it comes to double entry, we identify purchase as an expense. Stocks are assets, it's obvious, but we need to categorize purchase as sales as income. Why? You know, think if we purchase 100 worth of goods, to earn a profit, at least we need to sell it to 101 rupees. Then we can earn at least 1 rupee. So, you know, income minus expense is the profit. So, sales we concern as income. Purchase we concern as expense. බලන වෙලාවේ business එක ඇතුලේ තියෙන stocks assets. ඒ ගන්න එක expense, sell කරන එක income. මොකද ඉතින් දැන් අනන්තවත් කියලා. Though stock asset increase, we concern it as purchase expense increase. So, purchase account debit. Purchase account debit. Why? It is an purchase is an expense, we concern as purchase expense income. So in here, cash account credit. Right? Number 2. Send me a thumbs up. Cash basis sales. Cash asset increase. Stock asset decrease. Though stock asset decrease, I told you in the perspective of stock sales, right? We concern it as income increase. So we identify it as sales income increase. When income increase, it's credit. So sales account credit. Cash account debit. There is no any stock account in the ledger. Ledger is the place where we maintain all our ledger accounts. We don't maintain any stock account. Easy clear to you guys in, right? Number 3. Right? Credit basis purchase of goods. So you know stock asset increase. Stock asset increase. No any cash asset because it's a credit purchase. So trade payable. Trade payables or the creditors. Liability increase. Though it's a cash basis purchase or credit basis purchase, when we purchase stocks, expense increase. So purchase account debit, trade payables account credit, right? When liability increases, credit. Number 4, right? So just remember, when we purchase stocks, we consider as purchase as expense increase. Sales we consider as income increase. Clear to you guys? Right? In the dual effect, but so double in the dual effects as asset increase, asset decrease. Number 4, credit basis sales. You know our stock asset decrease. Business එකේ තියෙන stock එළියට යනවා. Stock asset decrease. Trade receivables asset increase. So trade receivables account debit, sales account. Every time, though it's a cash basis sale or credit basis sale, sales is an income. Clear to you? Number 5, we can return credit basis purchase to creditor, right? When we return goods because of any reason, cash basis ගත්තේ අපි return කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා හිතන්නේ, right? Trade payables liability decrease, trade payables liability decrease, stock asset also decrease, stock asset also decrease. But when it comes to double entry, this part is really important. You know, trade payables account debit, when liability decreases, debit. Trade payables account debit. Sometimes you may think when we purchase stocks in the double entry, purchase expense increases. Yes. So when we return it, expense decrease. Yes. Per ගත්තේවා stocks ගත්තී expense වැඩි වෙනවා. Return කරත් expense අඩු වෙනවා. හැබැයි we are not writing in the purchase account. We identify it in a separate account. Return outwards account. Return outwards account. Credit. Return outward account is an expense decrease account. ගද්දි expense වැඩි වෙනවා purchase වලට. ආපහු යවද්දි return outwards කියන expense එක අඩු වෙනවා. ඇත්තටම purchase expense එකම තමයි අඩු වෙන්නේ. හැබැයි අපිට purchase එකට අස්සෙම ගහන්න බෑ. ගන්න ඒවයි යවන ඒවයි වෙන වෙනම accounts වල දාන්න ඕනේ. තේරුණා නම් දාන්න බලන්න thumbs up. Right? Okay guys. Don't miss. Hello, are you there? Number 6. When debtors or the trade receivables return their goods, we receive the return goods. So stock asset increase. Are you there? Send me a thumb. එවද්දී ආපහු ඒගොල්ලෝ අපේ තිබ්බ trade receivables කියන asset එක අඩු වෙනවා. Trade receivables asset decrease. Right. So trade receivables account credit. When asset decrease, it's credit. Stock asset increase ඇයි ඒ? ඇයි අපිට return කරපු stocks එනවනේ. තේරෙනවද? Now look here. This part is really. දැන් ගත්තේවා ආපහු විකුණපුවා ආපහු වෙනවා. විකුණද්දි income වැඩි වෙනවා නම් ඒක return කරද්දි විකුණපු income එක අඩු වෙනවා. right? ඒතර අපිට sales account එක විකුණද්දි credit කරා නම් return කරද්දි sales account එක debit කරන්න බෑ. We call it as return inwards account. Debit. It is an income because of income decreases. Understood? Send me a thumbs up. So we discussed about stocks first. First of all, I discussed about stocks. Stocks කියන එක මම පැති 6කින් කතා කරා. ඕවනේ thumbs up මුකුත්. ආව ඇහෙනවද නම්? පොඩක් ගැම්මේ ඉන්නවනේ. මම මෙහින fast එකේ උගන්නන්නේ. ආයෙ ඔළුවට. ආව ඇහෙනවද? right ගැම්මේ ඉන්නවනේ. sacrifice much energy. මහන්සියද දැන්. ටික. ඔයගොල්ලන් පැත්තෙන් full support එක ඕනේ හොඳට අහගෙන ඉන්න. right. We discussed about stocks in sixth angle. Stocks means something we purchase for the resale. I'll give the time to write. Number 2. Now we are discussing about drawings. Drawings means what? Drawings means owner's withdrawals. Owner having the ability to withdraw anything from the business. Right? I'm going to discuss about drawings. Drawings means owner's withdrawals. Owners. If owner, now drawings represent equity. It is an equity decreases thing. If I tell you like this, dual effect, dual impact for the double end. If owner withdrew from the business, owner ගෙදරන් ගියොත් business එක. Number 1. Cash withdrawals, cash drawing. What will happen in the business? Cash asset decrease. Cash asset decrease. Okay, cash in asset cash asset decrease. Other than that, equity decrease, ඕනගේ ownership එක අඩු වෙනවා. We call it as drawings. Drawings, equity decrease. When equity decreases, it's debit. So drawings account debit, cash account credit. If owner withdrew stocks from the business, this part is really important. Stocks drawing. Stock asset decrease. Stock asset decrease from the business. Drawings equity decreases. Drawings equity decrease. So drawings account debit. දැන් ඔයා හිතනවා stock asset එක decrease වෙනවා. stock asset එක decrease වෙනවා කියන්නේ දැන් ඕන අරගෙන යන purchase කරපුවම තමයි. ඕන අරගෙන යන්නේ purchase කරපුවම තමයි අරන් යන්නේ. එතකොට අපි 100ට ගත්ත එකක් 100 එකට නම් sell කරන්නේ අපි ඕනට දෙන්නේ 100 value එකටම තමයි. ගත්ත ගානටම තමයි. ඕනට රුපියලකට 100 profit එක තියාගෙන නෙමෙයි. business එක purchase කරපු ගාන තමයි ඕනට දෙන්නේ. ගද්දි purchase වැඩි වෙනවා නම් return කරද්දි purchase අඩු වෙනවා නම් right expense අඩු වෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒක අපි දෙන්න return outwards. return කරපුවා වෙනම දැම්මා. හැබැයි ඕන අරන් එනවා විතරක් අපිට purchase account එකට දාන්න පුළුවන්. So we identify as purchase account credit. Why? ගද්දි purchase expense වැඩි වෙනවා නම් return කරද්දිත් purchase expense අඩු වෙනවා නම් right row we can return කරද්දිත් ගද්දි expense වැඩි වෙනවා return කරද්දිත් expense අඩු වෙනවා අයිතිකාරය අරන් යද්දිත් expense අඩු වෙනවා but අපි return කරනවා business එකෙන් return කරනවා we identify return outwards account think owner withdrew a non-current asset like motor vehicle. Number 3, non-current assets. I'll write NCA drawings like motor vehicle. Owner withdrew motor vehicle from the business. So drawing equity decrease. Motor vehicle asset decrease. Asset decrease. Drawings account debit. Motor vehicle. ඒකට stocks නෙමෙයි stocks වල තමයි අර purchase sales කියන කතන්දරේ තියෙන්නේ. Motor vehicle account matter with that. Easy, right? මෙතන ඉඳන් ලියාගෙන ඉන්න බලන්න. තව තියෙනවා මම පොඩි ඒවා ටිකක් දෙන්න. මුලින්ම මේ ටික ලියලා raise hand එකක් දාන්න then I'll show you the letter part. The primary books වල startup එකක් හරි ගමු ඊළඟ දවසේ will take some time because for the revisions as well. So, write it and raise you. Once you finish, raise your hands. Taggalim පාරට පාර. Hold on. Something done up to here. Finish. Okay. So we wrote up to 2. Write this 3, 4, 5, 6. And raise your hand. It'll lower all your raise. Make sure to study these things. Huh? ගන්න ඒවා stocks ගන්න ඒවා අපි purchase expense identify කර stock sales කරද්දී sales income increase when in the purchase stock return expense decrease but we are not writing in a purchase account we are writing in a return outwards account is expense decrease when we sell stock sales income increase when they return it is income decrease but we write it under return inwards account. It is an income decrease account. When we purchase stocks, purchase expense increase. When owner withdrew, it's purchase expense. All clear to you? Send me a thumbs up. Done. Shall I move forward? Okay, guys. Need more time? Let me know. Right. This is about drawings. Write the heading and write about drawings and raise your hand. Finish it and raise your hands. Right. Okay. So another few things, right? Number three, impairment losses, bad debt, right? Okay. So another word for bad debt, impairment loss, right? How to write it? You know, when we sell our stocks on credit basis, we can identify bad trade receivables or the debtors. If this person died or passed away, anything, right? Or uh, in anything happened, okay, we need to write off them as impairment losses or bad debt. Clear to you guys? Turn on the videos, right? So we identify it as an expense. That is the term called impairment losses. This is the this. When we sold goods on credit, We can identify other party as a trade debtors or trade receive. When this person not paying money back, yeah, සල්ලි දෙන්න not paying, because of not paying, because of any reason, right? How we identify it, right? The double entries, impairment, losses, account debit. Why? It is term called bad debt. It is an expense increase. Debtor කෙනෙක් සල්ලි දෙන්නේ නැති වුනහම expense increase. Okay. Yes. All non-current assets are not PPE. PPE means property, plant, equipment, right? So land, building, those are PPE. Like goodwill and fixed deposit investment, those things are not PPE, right? Trade receivables, account credit. Why? Debtor asset decrease. When we sell goods, sales account credit, trade receivables or debtor account debit. When they become as bad debt, trade receivables or debtor account credit, impairment losses or bad debt account debit. Easy creative. Write it and raise your hand. All good? Yes, all PPE are in CA, but all in CA are not PPE, right? Finish it and raise your hands faster. All clear? Right? All done. If you need more time, let me know. Number four, provision for impairment losses bad. Provision for, call it as provision for doubtful debt. Like this. Right? Now think, then සාමාන්‍යයෙන් it's like this. This is the business. We sell goods to debtors on credit basis. Trade receivables, debtors for trade receivables. Okay. We sold goods on credit basis. They need to pay back. But if there is a doubt about this, doubt එකක් ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. අපි හිතනවා කියන්නේ debtors ලගෙන් දෙන්නේ නැති වෙයි කියලා. දැන් debtor කෙනෙක් දෙන්නේ නැත්නම් ෂුවර්ම නම් තමයි we identify as a impairment loss or the bad debt. හැබැයි අපි just wait only 1 hour, right? Just listen, right? එයා දෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා ෂුවර් නැත්තම් අපිට කියන්නේ දැන් මම කියනවා දැන් මම කාගෙන් හරි goods credit basis මම කියනවා සල්ලි හම්බුනොත් දෙන්න. මට නිකන් හිතෙනවා අර බිස්නස් එකට හිතෙනවා. එයා දෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා ෂුවර් වගේ නෑ වගේ. මොනොත් අපි doubtful debt මේවා ඉස්සරහට මං කරනවා. ආයි we do a provision, right? So how to do it? Can you hear me? Right? Are you there, guys? Send me a thumbs up. Yes. Yeah. Error messages I'm getting, that's why. Right. LMS का बैठे करना होता, just check, can you log into the LMS as well? Can you please check whether you can log into the LMS and let me. Just check and let me. Right. Okay. So we can write doubtful debt account debit. Provision for doubtful debt. Kind of a provision. So this is an expense increase. This is an asset decrease. This provision is an asset, right? And just remember, every time asset and liability equity accounts we brought forward ඊළඟ අවුරුදු වලට අරගෙන යනවා. But income expenses ඊළඟ අවුරුදු වලට යන්නේ නැහැ. මේ අවුරුද්දෙන් close වෙනවා income expense. Clear to you guys? Okay. Write it and raise your hand. Double entry I will give you. Finish it and raise your hand. Right, all done. Number 5. accrued expenses, accrued or payable expenses, and prepaid expenses, accrued or receivable income, and pre-received income. Four things. Right. Now, accrued or payable expense. If I write one as Roman number one, number three. Roman number one is accrued or payable expense, which means what? Expenses occur or expenses incurred, but haven't paid yet. තාම ගෙවල නැහැ. Right? Just around 2 p.m. Right? කලින් ඉවරත් වෙනවා. Expense එක ඇති වෙලා ඒත් තාම ගෙවල නැහැ. තේරෙනවද? That is the term called accrued or payable expenses. So expense එක ඇති වෙලා තියෙනවා. So relevant expense account debit. අපි හිතන්න ලයිට් අරගන ඉලෙක්ට්‍රිසිටි බෝඩ් එකේ හැබැයි සල්ලි ගෙවලා නැහැ. relevant expense account debit accrued or payable expense account. Why? This is expense increase, this is liability increase. Expense එක ගෙව්වත් නැතත් expense එක අපි ඉන්ක කරලා තියෙනවා නම් income means අංගොට ගෙව්වත් නැතත් අපි identify කරනවා expense එක අරගෙන තියෙනවා. හැබැයි අපි තාම ගෙවලා නැහැ. Prepaid expenses means what? Expenses haven't incurred. තාම expense එක ඉවෙලා නැහැ. But paid predominantly. We can take that paid earliest. කලින් ගෙවලා. It is an asset of the business. So relevant prepaid expense account debit. Why? කලින් ගෙවලා assets increase. Relevant expense account කලින් ගෙව්ව sorry cash control relevant expense එකට යන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද expense එක වෙන්න කලින් මේ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. expense එක වුණොත් තමයි expense account එක debit. Cash account by cash asset debit. කලින් right. Roman number 3. Accrued or receivable income. Income generated but haven't received yet. Income එක time period එකට අදාළයි තාම හම්බෙලා නැහැ. That's the term called receivable income. So relevant, accrued for receivable income account debit means asset increase. Relevant income account credit. Income increase. Income එක time period එකට අදාළ එකක්. income එක generate වෙලා. හැබැයි හම් වෙලා නැහැ. Next one. Pre-received income. ඒ කියන්නේ තාම income එක generate වෙලා නැහැ. Income haven't generated. කියන්නේ කවුරු හරි අපේ business එකේ කුලියට ඉන්නවා. එයා කලින්ම අපිට සල්ලි දෙනවා. But received earliest. කවුරු හරි අපේ කුලියට ඉන්නවා. එයා ලබන අවුරුද්දේ කුලිය දැම්ම දීලා. ඒක අපේ liability එක. Cash account debit. Relevant pre-received income account credit. Cash account debit by asset increase. This is liability increase. කලින් දීලා. එතකොට එයා ඒක ලබන අවුරුද්ද වෙනකන් it is a liability to our business. Write it and raise your hands. I'll do over all your first write first. I'll show. Initiate and raise your hands. Nandil, Krishanthini. Nandil done. Nandil done. Right. Okay. Last one in this session. Right about income expense are we need to concern you about the time period. අවුරුද්දට අදාළ එකක් අදාළ නැති එකක් කලින් හම්බුනොත් හරි කලින් ගෙව්වොත් හරි වෙනස් වෙනවා. Can raise your hand. Okay, now this is enough about the double entry system. Yeah, I'm going to give the now, since we don't have like much time, I have only around nearly 50 minutes. What I am going to do, I'm going to give you just start up about the prime interview. Rest of the things will be discussed in tomorrow class. Then after that, let's move to the past paper discussion. Is it clear to you? Right? Write the heading, turn on the videos and wait last part. Huh? Prime interview. Prime entry is part one. Part one. Prime into books, part one. Right? Part one. So in here I'm going to discuss about 8 types of prime entry books. Right? This is the subject. Right? Now I'm going to discuss about 8 types of prime entry books. Now you know the accounting process up to now. Once a transaction happen, we prepare a source document. And then we record in the prime entry books. Look here. Recording in then after that we posting to ledger. Then what ledger එක ගැන දාන්න. Then after that no posting to ledger, extracting a trial balance, then preparation of financial statement. Right. Simply means transaction, source document, primary books, ledger, trial balance, financial statement. Now we discuss about how to record the transaction in ledger. You know, ledger is the place where we maintain all the ledger accounts. We discuss about this. Clear to you guys, right? Now, right? But once identify the transaction, we just record it in the ledger accounts. But it's incorrect. To prove the transaction, we need to prepare a source document. Why we prepare a source document? To prove the transaction. It is kind of an evidence. Clear to you guys? It is kind of an evidence. It's kind of a like just a piece of paper, not recording the books. It's just a piece of paper. Recording prime in the books means this is set of books. Set of books to classify the transaction. Classify the transaction. This is the place where we start the accounting process. This set of books. Similar types of transactions are recorded in similar books. Clear to you guys? In your level, we discuss about 8 types of books. After that, I'll explain it about them. Just write it and raise your hands. Hurry up to here. Take your time, no hurry. Finish it and raise your hands. Once you finish it, make sure to raise your hands. Done. And once you finish, ගැම්මෙන් ඉන්න ඕනයා තව ටික වෙලා දවල්ට පිපුණු මල්ලගේ ඉන්න බඩගින්නේ හරි okay done right පොඩ්ඩයි right දැන් අපි මේ since there are 8 types of books we classify the transactions into 8 types as well මෙන්න මේකත් ලියා primary books අට නම් business එකේ වෙන transactions අපි 8කට කඩනවා. right? mainly 8කට කඩනවා. limit එකසගෙන ඉන්න කොහොම හරි කාගෙන ඉන්නවා. right? කාගෙන කරගෙන ඉන්න. last drawing no any other. right? okay. right. This is how we classify. This is the business. First, we give the priority to cash. Business may receive cash or checks. Ambed. Right? ඒ වගේම business එක ගෙවන එක we classified into two. Right? First, we identify petty cash level. Now, every business there's a petty cash level. Above petty cash level, cash payment. And above petty cash level, we can identify check payment. Right? But most of the time, above petty cash level, we made the payments via checks. Petty cash level එක කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? business එක කියනවා හරි මේ මට්ටමින් අඩු ඒවා ඔක්කොම අපි identify කරන්නේ පොඩි පොඩි ගෙවීම් කියලා. ඒකයි petty cash level. Above petty cash level, all the payments we identify as check payments. But below petty cash level, we do cash payments. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් ඔයා දන්නවා හිතන්න අපේ තියෙනවා පොඩි පොඩි ගෙවීම්. ඔයාගෙත් තියෙනවනේ මොනවද බස් එකට ගෙවනවා රීලෝඩ් එකක් දාන්න වෙනවා. අන්න ඒ වගේ ඒක තමයි petty cash level එක. හිතන්න it depends on the business. Sometimes the petty cash level can be 20,000, 30,000. Oh, anyhow, it can be 5,000 as well. Now think below 5,000, all the payments we concern as petty cash level payment. Right? So because of that, we concern it, right? Because of that, we concern all the payments, we do all the below petty cash things to cash. Then අපිට ටුක් එකකට යන ගේවීම අපිට චෙක් වලින් ගෙවන්න බෑ කෑෂ් වලින් ගෙවන්න. කොට ඒවා සල්ලි වලින් ගෙවන්න. ඒකට වෙනම we maintain a special box in the business, right? And the business may purchase goods on credit. Purchase goods on credit. If the business purchase goods on cash, it is above petty cash level check payment. මං කිය මුලින්ම cash වලට priority දෙනවා. cash එන යන එකක් නම් cash පැත්තෙන් බලන්න. cash නොවන අනිත් ඒවා we concern separate. අයි check සාමාන්‍යයෙන් goods ගන්න එකක් දෙකක් නෙමෙයි ලොකු ton ගානක් ගන්න. ඒතර check එකක් දීලානේ ගන්න. sold goods on credit. එළියට යන දෙයක්. sold goods on credit. If we sold goods on cash, we receive cash or check. I told you, only the credit purchasers can return. Returning goods. You know, if someone sold their goods on credit basis, or when we purchase goods on credit, the other part we identify as a creditor. Right? We can return in the goods to creditor for trade payables. When we sold our goods on credit, the other part we identify as debtors. Debtors can return goods to us to gain back. Returning goods by debtors. Right? So there are different things I told you. See category number 1. Can you take a screenshot of this? Take a screenshot. පොඩ්ඩක් මේ වගේ පොඩි ස්ක්‍රීන්ෂොට් එකක් කියලා chat එකට දාන්න ඕන අරගෙන. Right, let's see. Right, let's see. එකක් තියෙනවා දැන් උගන්වන්න එපා ඇති. David, I don't know what will. Right, okay. Anyhow, now right. Right. So what has happened? Okay, we can purchase goods on credit basis, we can sell the goods on cash basis. And there are other transactions as well. Other transactions. So I'm going to write it as number 1, number 2, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8. මේ ටික නොවන අනිත් ඒවා දැන් goods විතරක් නෙමෙයි අපි credit basis ගන්න. We can purchase something for the business usage as well on credit. Here you right. The color of the but can't it? Right. Now, when the business purchase goods on, sorry, when the business receive cash flow checks, we prepare a receipt as the source document and record in the cash receipt journal. සල්ලි හම්බෙනවා නම් හරි මොනාට හරි අපි receipt එකක් හදලා cash receipt journal එකේ දානවා. තේරෙනවද? When we pay cash to anything, මොනා හරි payment එකකට හරි මොනා හරි goods cash basis we prepare a payment voucher as the source document and we record in the cash payment journal. When we made small value payments, we prepare petty cash voucher. Petty cash payment voucher. And we record in the petty cash journal. එක පේන්නේ නැත්නම් කියන I'll explain it again. When we purchase goods on credit, we prepare purchase invoice and we record in the purchase journal. When we sold goods on credit, we prepare sales invoice and we record in sales journal. When we return goods to the customer, which means suppliers, creditors, we prepare a debit note as the source document. We record in return outwards. When the return goods returned by debtors, we prepare credit note, not debit credit. This is a note. හරබැර කියලා හිතන්න එපා. We record in the return inwards journal. The other transactions we record in journal. We prepare a journal voucher as the source document. We record in general. මම පාට දෙක තුනක් දාන්න ගියේ බැරි. මොකද කරන්න බැරි නිසා. Write and raise your hands. මේක හිතන්න එපා. අනිත් ටික ලියලා raise hand එකක් දාන්න. පොඩි screenshot එකක් අරන් පුළුවන් නම් chat එකට දාලා. Right? These are the 8 types of transactions. First, we give the priority to cash. Cash නොවන අනිත් ඒවා we identify separately.
So finish, raise your hand.
Done. Okay. Turn on the videos. Last part. Right. I'm here. Can you hear me? Just wait. Finish. Turn on the video. Right. Last part. Last part. I'm not going to write anything. Right. So there are 8 types of prime India books. I told you. Right. So you know, when the cash and checks received to the business, we give priority to cash. Cash and checks can be receive anything. Then goods deal cash හම්බෙන. It's a cash receipt. ඒතර goods යන එක ඒ ගැන අපි concern. හැබැයි goods credit basis ගත්තොත් we concern it separately. Goods credit basis sell කරොත් we concern it separate. When we sell goods on credit basis, we prepare a sales invoice and we record in the sales journal. But when we sold goods on cash basis, we receive cash. So since we give the priority to cash, we prepare receipt and we record in the cash receipt journal. When we sold cash on goods on cash basis, we sorry, when we purchase goods on cash basis, we give a check. So we prepare a payment voucher and we record cash payment. When we purchase goods on credit basis, we prepare a purchase invoice and we record in the purchase journal. Likewise, there are many other things, right? Let's discuss about other parts tomorrow. The revision about structures අනම් මනම් ඔක්කොම හෙට උදේ 7ට මම කතා කරනවා 7ට එන්නේ 7ට කතා කරනවා, right? Okay, this is enough for today. Let's meet on tomorrow. Thank you for the participation. Bye. And